Thanks for joining us. I'm Megan Roberts. The Yukon government is responding to complaints from the First Nation of Nunavut and the Yukon Chamber of Mines about the draft framework for the territory's new mining legislation. The framework describes the guiding principles for the upcoming legislation. It is currently under embargo. Yukon's Minister of Energy, Mines and Resources is addressing issues of transparency and more. The CBC's Marissa Mayer breaks it down for us.
Chief Donna Hope of the First Nation of Nunavut says the embargo comes into conflict with the nation's value of transparency in its self-governance. In response, the government of Yukon says all parties developing the legislation, including First Nations, agreed to negotiate privately. Minister John Stryker says that situation has now changed.
Last week, when the First Nation of Nunavut said, hey, they don't support this, I turned to the team. I agree with Chief Hope. We should now look to make it open for everyone, for the media, for the public, for all folks to take a look at. But it's not my choice unilaterally, because we're working as a table, a group of governments together.
Stryker says meetings to lift the embargo are underway. Following its public rejection of the draft framework last week, the First Nation of Nunavut initiated a land use planning process with the territorial government and warned the mining industry that staking claims on all of its traditional territory during the land use planning process would be unlawful. The First Nation adopted its own mining policy to govern mining on its traditional territory during the land use planning process. Stryker said in a statement last week that on non-settlement lands, current Yukon laws continue to apply. He says Nunavut's final agreement confirms this.
A policy like that, which talks about how to engage with a nation, sure, but it doesn't mean that that's the law. The law is the law of the Yukon, and it is the existing minerals legislation until we get this new minerals legislation in place. But we always say to whenever we meet with any mining company or any proponent of forestry or agriculture or any project, the first thing we say to them is, please go talk to the First Nation.
Nunavut says Yukon courts have upheld that new development during land use planning undermines the process, and that Yukon laws strongly discourage staking claims during land use planning processes. The First Nation says it will take legal and political action against such claims. Marissa Mayer, CBC News, Whitehorse.
We may never know how lead entered the drinking water at 2 Yellowknife schools. The government of the Northwest Territories has known about the problem since January, though it only released details to the public in May. It's now working to make sure the water is safe at William McDonald Middle School and Range Lake North School, where high levels of lead were discovered. But how the lead got there isn't necessarily an easy question to answer. Michael Auger explains why to the CBC's Shannon Scott.
A lot of people, since this news came out, have been wondering where this lead is coming from.
Yep.
But you don't know yet. Why is that? What's happening?
Lead, if you get lead in the system, it's usually leaching from the components of the plumbing system, but that could be a lot of things, whether it's the pipes, the soldering of the joints, or brass fittings in the fixtures and stuff like that. So the amount of work it would take to pinpoint exactly what the source is within a school, it'd be very intrusive. You'd have to rip up walls and, a big thorough investigation. So at this point, we haven't pinpointed exactly what the source is, but we're just dealing with the lead anyway and taking it out of the water.
So will we ever know exactly where it came from?
Probably not, because like I say, even if you identified one source of lead, there could still be another source of lead within the plumbing system too. So you'd have to check every single component, which is a lot of work.
Right. That's every you're saying every nut, every
pipe,
bolt.
every pipe, every joint, every fixture, pretty much every inch of the plumbing system within the school.
So instead, we're just saying there is lead. Now we're going to deal with the lead.
Yeah, exactly.
As we told you on Wednesday, the GNWT has a list of steps it's taking to filter the lead out. These include replacing all fountains and fixtures used for drinking water and food prep at both schools, installing point-of-use carbon filters at William McDonald, and an automated flushing system at Range Lake North. It's also planning to test the drinking water at all NWT schools. The Food Bank Society of the Yukon will become the country's first territorial food bank association. It is joining Food Banks Canada. This after food insecurity in the Yukon hit a historic high last year. 1 in 20 Yukoners are currently using a food bank. The Food Bank Society of the Yukon supports over 2,000 clients across the territory each month.
Working with Food Banks Canada, one, opens us up to a lot of federal grants and from Food Banks Canada monetary resources. But more importantly than that, it's also food resources and shipping resources, two things that we need a lot here in the Yukon. And so right now, when we send food to somewhere like Old Crow, often we're ordering that food from a distributor in Ontario. It has to ship to Edmonton. It comes up to Whitehorse. It gets repackaged, put on a plane, and flies to Old Crow. And that can travels about 6,000 kilometers to get to the person who needs it most. And as you can imagine, there's a lot of expenses along the way. Food Banks Canada has a much more efficient distribution network, and working with them is going to help us get that food a lot cheaper to a lot more people.
Blotner says more Yukoners are making tough decisions about things like paying rent or buying groceries. In Whitehorse, the former pet shop next to the emergency shelter is getting torn down. The owner closed shop earlier this spring and sold the property to the Yukon government. When the shop closed, the owner said running a business next to the shelter was untenable. The government purchased the lot for $650,000, and now it has to decide what to do with it.
When we purchased the 407 property, the intention was always, or the assumption always was that we would redevelop the property. And so, doing some building assessments after we purchased the property, determined that, now was the right time to demolish it and make the site ready for opportunities for that redevelopment.
The building is being torn down in the next couple of weeks. The Yukon government hasn't decided what it will build there instead. The government says it's making that decision by committee, and the city, RCMP, and First Nations will be involved. U.S. President Donald Trump's latest tariffs have taken effect around the globe. They target more than 90 countries, with repercussions rippling far beyond. Trump has promised the new import taxes will bring the U.S. billions of dollars in revenue. But many economists say any windfall comes at a steep cost. Peter Armstrong has more on the immediate impacts of those tariffs.
It's been nearly 100 years since U.S. tariffs were this high. Imports from dozens of countries were slapped with new tariffs as of midnight last night. The Yale Budget Lab says Americans will pay an average of 18% more for imported products as a result. And there's more to come. We're still waiting to hear how the Trump administration will deal with pharmaceuticals and semiconductors. When that midnight deadline swooshed past, Donald Trump posted to social media saying, quote, "It's midnight, billions of dollars in tariffs are now flowing into the United States of America." His Commerce Secretary was asked just how much money will come into American coffers as a result of these tariffs.
Last month, it averaged just over $30 billion. And as of last night, midnight, the tariffs went up. I think we're going to be heading towards $50 billion a month in tariff revenue.
Now, what Howard Lutnick leaves out there is that it's Americans that are paying those tariffs. Sure, some companies have been able to negotiate better prices and convince foreign suppliers to cut their costs because of these tariffs, but that's not at all universal. And we've seen plenty of evidence of that. GM says its profits in the first 3 months of the year cost that company $1.1 billion. Ford posted its first quarterly loss in years because of the tariffs. Apple says all told it expects tariffs will cost that company somewhere close to $2 billion through the first half of the year. But in a lot of ways, the uncertainty caused by the tariffs and the trade policy in general is an even bigger problem. Job growth has slowed sharply in the face of so much uncertainty. GDP growth shrank in the first quarter and has grown at a mere 1.2% through the first half of 2025. And that was all before the latest tariffs kicked in. So brace for yet more volatility and more uncertainty in the days and weeks ahead. Peter Armstrong, CBC News, Washington.
Prime Minister Mark Carney met with Métis leaders to discuss Bill C-5. The legislation is one of Carney's responses to Donald Trump's trade offensive, aiming to fast-track major infrastructure projects. Carney told the meeting the bill won't mean Ottawa will be dictating to Indigenous communities.
And core to that concept of how we build is building in true partnership with Indigenous peoples. And that's why we're here to listen, to hear your perspectives, to make the most of this opportunity.
Carney says consultation with Indigenous communities is embedded in the bill. Some community groups from across Inuit Nunavut say safe spaces are a crucial part of suicide prevention. Earlier this year, Nunavut declared suicide to be a crisis again. Samuel Watt reports.
A warning, this next story discusses suicide.
In 1998, Igloolik was rocked by the deaths of 2 teenagers by suicide. From that tragedy emerged a new way for young people to express themselves. Gil Itusajuak Saladin decided to start Atsuk, the now renowned performing art and film collective.
We're not a factory of acrobats and clowns. We're not trying to make everybody format in a mold, you know? We're just a space where we can dream together and take care of each other.
But in February, Igloolik faced a different loss. The arena, which contained Atsuk's performing arts space, burned down. Saladin says he's grateful the local school is sharing its gymnasium as they work to rebuild, but the incident speaks volumes to the need for more community spaces.
The goal is just to give possibilities, give safe space everywhere we can for young people to develop themselves.
Inuit Tapiri Kanatami estimates suicide rates in Inuit Nunavut are 5 to 25 times higher than the rest of Canada. As a teenager, William Ningok had to grapple with the loss of his older brother to suicide. Now he's helping steer other men away from that as the president of Inukjuak's Unak Men's Association. They organise activities like tool making and outings on the land.
When youth accomplish something, they gain confidence and they get more excited and want to do more.
And every night, volunteers are busy responding to calls at the Kamatsiaktut helpline. Sheila Levy founded the service 35 years ago. At the time, she didn't really see services in the north for people to talk about what's on their mind without judgment.
You can be angry at somebody for dying, but at the same time feels very sad. You can be feeling guilty, you can be feeling shame.
But she says there is no shame in feeling those emotions, nor is there shame in reaching out for help. Samuel Watt, CBC News, Iqaluit.
If you or someone you know is struggling, as Sam says, there is help out there. You can call the Kamatsiaktut Nunavut helpline at 1-867-979-3333 or toll free at 1-800-265-3333. You can also call the Suicide Crisis Helpline by dialing 988. Both of those lines are available 24/7.
A career, a pathway to your future. And CBC is offering you the first step. Indigenous Pathways is a development opportunity for budding First Nations, Inuit, and Métis journalists. For details, visit cbc.ca/pathways.
The future is everything. Stories of incredible ingenuity, dedication, and some extraordinary teamwork. This is parenthood.
Take a voyage with me to the vast, remote, most extreme place on Earth.
For many, this will be a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Where the effects of climate change are intensifying.
The poles are a very rapidly changing place.
And geopolitical cracks threaten peace and stability.
Do you think there's a security concern?
I definitely do.
Experience the historic all-Canadian mission. CBC in Antarctica. Watch free on CBC Gem.
Want to get the most out of CBC News? Use the app or cbcnews.ca for live breaking news on the stories that matter to you. Whether it's local, national, or around the world, turn to CBC News.
Although the NBA currently is flooded with Canadian players, this was not a reality. A new immigration law.
This story, it's directly tied to all those families who made a brave choice to come to this country.
My favorite word.
Tariff! How seriously are you taking this threat?
It's the uncertainty that's the biggest issue.
Canada, we got you.
Elbows up!
The whooping cough outbreak in Iqaluit is now over. The Nunavut Health Department made the announcement today. Outbreaks were declared in Iqaluit and Pond Inlet on June 20th. Since then, the health department says there have been no hospitalizations or deaths reported for any confirmed cases in the capital. The department urges people to call their local health center if they notice any symptoms. Those include a persistent cough, a cough that's worse at night, trouble breathing, and a high fever that lasts more than 3 days. A global treaty to tackle plastic pollution is on the table in Geneva, Switzerland this week. And a researcher who found microplastics in NWT beluga whales is hoping for a bold decision. Canada is among 175 countries taking part in this week's UN meeting. Negotiations will take place on a legally binding treaty on plastic pollution. Those negotiations have been underway for 3 years. A researcher who collaborated with the community of Tuktoyaktuk NWT says the effects of microplastic pollution are seen in the north in beluga whales and the fish they eat.
When I did that study, at first it was alarming to me, and I thought, how could we have found this type of pollution in these creatures that are so far north in these remote areas? But really, now reflecting back, I'm not surprised, because since then we've found microplastic pollution in really everywhere that we've looked.
Moore says microplastic pollution comes from many sources, both local and global. She says larger debris pieces can affect animals' digestion, but the impact of small pieces is still unknown. Monitoring near Tuktoyaktuk continues through a partnership between the Inuvialuit and the Department of Fisheries and Oceans. Moore says plastic levels in the belugas are stable, which is promising, but she hopes talks in Geneva will lead to better regulation of plastic pollution. The meeting concludes on August 14th. Air North is bringing back off-season service between Vancouver and Yellowknife. The twice-weekly flights will run from late November to late May of next year. It also means near year-round service between Whitehorse and Yellowknife. The Canada Summer Games begin tomorrow in St. John's in Newfoundland. 70 athletes from Nunavut are representing the territory in the competition. Team Nunavut will be playing in 4 sports: basketball, indoor volleyball, beach volleyball, and wrestling. The team's chef de mission says the Canada Games provide a preview of the country's future greats.
You're seeing future Olympians at these games, so and that's some of the new things you get to see at these games. You're seeing every single province, territory represented at these games.
Sitinak says this is the biggest group of athletes Nunavut has ever sent to the Games. Team Nunavut has won 1 medal at the Summer Games. Ikiloakablak won gold in wrestling in 2022. He was in the 52-kilogram category. For the other territories, the NWT is sending 130 athletes, and the Yukon will send just over 200. CBC Sports will have extensive coverage of the Games. Good luck, everyone. We'll be watching. A Fort Smith teenager has been recognized nationally for his leadership and commitment to his community. 15-year-old Damon McAllister won the Nelson Mayer Youth Recognition Award at the 35th Annual Youth Forum. The event is hosted by the National Association of Friendship Centers in Ottawa. Carla Ulrich has his story.
Nelson Mayer was the most kindest, caring person in their youth center. I care about the youth. Every time I help one out, it just brings joy to my heart.
Damon McAllister wants to be a role model for young people in his community, and it's that drive that got the attention of a national organization. McAllister won the Nelson Mayer Youth Recognition Award. It's given to one young person each year for their outstanding work in a Friendship Center community. McAllister has been part of Uncle Gabe's Friendship Center for more than 8 years, first as a participant and now as the youth representative on its board. McAllister says he sees the work he does there as a way to give back, something he's very proud of.
It symbolizes how actually caring I am to actually get this award from Nelson Mayer, because he was kind and caring and so am I, so that is my honor.
Amy Harris, the center's executive director, says McAllister fits the award description perfectly, and he has become an important part of their organization.
He's just a great guy. Like, he's caring. He'll call us sometimes off of work hours just to see how we're doing. He'll come by and just check in with the youth and see what they're up to. And yeah, he's just a great youth. He really is.
McAllister's path to the award hasn't been easy. He says he's the only one in his immediate family to make it past grade 9. His older siblings dropped out of school early to help the family cover food and utility bills. McAllister says he is determined to stay in school and be a role model to his younger siblings. A major driving force behind that determination is the words of his late mother.
3 days before my mom passed away, she always told me to be kind, caring, lovable. I always stick by that, so that is what motivates me.
For Harris, McAllister's achievements are especially meaningful. She grew up around the wrong crowd and often had nowhere to turn. Harris says those experiences shaped her work. She now focuses on creating the kind of safe space she wishes she had, where young people feel heard, supported, and guided towards their goals.
What do the youth need? And I think a lot of time is listening to the youth, because they're the ones that help guide us. And it's up to us to walk next to them and help make these things, whatever they want, a priority.
McAllister says receiving an award named after Nelson Mayer, who was a longtime advocate for youth and friendship centers across Canada, is a big honor. He says he wants young people to remember to stay kind and true to themselves. Uncle Gabe's Friendship Center has given him hope during hard times, and he wants his own story to show other youth they can find the same. Carla Ulrich, CBC News, Yellowknife.
A new nonprofit Pride Society may be coming to Nunavut. It's aiming to increase feelings of safety and community. The society is planning to secure funding for events like pride parades, parties, and barbecues. One of the co-founders says the idea came after noticing an uptick in hatred online. They say they want to help members of Nunavut's 2S LGBTQ+ community feel safer, with a core focus on supporting Inuit community members.
My goal in life is to ensure that no child will ever have to feel unsafe, unheard, and unwelcome again. If I can create a world where a child never has to feel that they are unwelcome in their own school or community, I feel like I've done right.
Drachenberg says the organization is still working towards getting official nonprofit status. Its first meeting is planned for next week in Iqaluit. The society is looking to secure funding so it can include other communities as well and help host pride events across Nunavut. A special hat has been returned to the Kitimut region of Nunavut. The loon dance hat is made of caribou hide and sinews with loon feathers and a loon beak in its center. It's worn by drum dancers, and on Wednesday, a repatriation celebration was held in Cambridge Bay to welcome the hat home. When the loon hat was unveiled, elders got to see it first.
As children, they remember seeing their grandparents, their grandfathers, or their fathers wearing a dance hat and how they, danced wearing a similar loon hat. So it did bring, a lot of, memories for our elders.
The hat had been in the possession of Imperial Oil. It's unclear how long the company had it or how it got the hat in the first place. An Imperial Oil spokesperson says the company began to review its collection of Indigenous items about a decade ago. It wanted to return those items to the communities they came from. Calgary's Glenbow Museum helped determine that the hat came from the Kitikmeot region. The museum says the hat is about 100 years old.
It's really amazing, you know, when you repatriate an item, it's not just bringing an item back home. It's actually revitalizing cultures that have been suppressed or stories that have been missing from community for sometimes 100 years. And so the fact that we were able to bring that back and just see the community celebration, how excited everybody was to welcome that hat back home, was really, really heartwarming.
The community is now considering making replicas of the hat to display at the Cultural Center, Elders Center, and the school. And that is Northbeat for tonight. For news anytime, go to cbc.ca/north. Thank you for watching. I'm Megan Roberts. We leave you tonight with some images of Yukon's Kusawa Park from the CBC's Gordon Lovegreen. Have a good night.